Fall Anime 2021. As summer comes to an end, we have that question once again. What should I watch? So you're looking to watch anime this season. You come to the right place. I'll be counting down from number 10 to give you the best anime to watch in this coming season of fall 2021. So let's just get right to it. Kicking off our list at number 10 comes My Senpai is Annoying. Igarashi Futaba starts a new job, but there's just one problem. That being she hates her senpai, from his annoying laugh to how big he is, and most importantly, how he treats her as a child. Futaba being short and looking young doesn't make her a kid. Please, don't lewd her, okay? Now with the amount of time she spends with her senpai, Takeda, it doesn't mean she sees him as anything but an annoying senpai. Or does she? Now this series is like the typical teasing anime we usually get every other season. But this one's a little bit different. You know, we have some like Uzaki, Nagatoro, and Takagi, what really take place in a school or college type environment. But the cool thing about this one is how it takes place in an adult work environment, compared to others what are in school. I honestly feel like this is going to be a blast, and I hear about the manga generally all the time. I see it on Twitter, I see it everywhere. So with that said, I really can't wait to see Futaba's life with her annoying senpai and the shenanigans what will be presented throughout the show. Now for our number 9 slot, we have the world's finest assassin gets reincarnated in another world as an aristocrat. Another long ass name for a light novel title. What happens when the greatest assassin, who's used his whole life using other people around him as tools, he gets killed? Well, of course, it's an anime, so you know what that means. It's isekai time. A protagonist is reborn by the grace of a goddess who's offered to do things differently in this life. But there's just one catch to this. He has to dive into another world and eliminate a super powerful hero who's set to destroy it. Starting his life is Liu. The assassin will have to take on new foes with powerful magic, but not before being constantly barraged by the beautiful girls around him. As for this anime, I'm really interested to see what it's all about. For one reason. That reason being it's wrote by the same author as Redo of Healer. So with that being said, I expect some crazy stuff to go down, and maybe a little bit of controversy on Twitter we have to see, as Liu is set to find his target and bring him down, saving the world in the process. Now I expect this anime to sort of be overlooked and maybe overshadowed by the other ones, but since the Redo of Healer author is also doing this, I expect some crazy things to go down like I said, and some crazy controversy on Twitter. I feel like this is sort of going to rise up through the ranks, and all the little people who watch Redo of Healer will slowly come back to this one, and we will have another weird type of anime this season. At our number 8 spot, we have Midako-chan, a story about a girl who all of a sudden is able to see these grotesque monsters all around her, but sadly, she's all alone, and she's the only one who could see them. Compared to other people, she doesn't try to run away, or even face them. She rises all the courage up in her body, and well, she just ignores them, going about her day-to-day life, trying to keep a good poker face on despite seeing all the supernatural figures around her. With this anime, this has such an interesting plot and synopsis, and I'm definitely excited. For this one, it's being animated by Studio Passion, so we can expect some nice visuals to go along with it. And the way the synopsis is worded, I think we're in for a treat. I really can't wait to see how this girl even tries to get on with her day-to-day life with all the ghosts being around her. It's very unique and different to the supernatural genre as we know it, and is set to mix a school life with both horror and comedy, so one can't help but tune in for this show.
時が来た。神の座を次の人間に。お前たちが選んだ13の人間の中から次の神を決めるがよい。
Now number 7, from the creators of Death Note, comes Platinum End. As Midai's classmates are having fun celebrating their middle school graduation, the troubled boy Midai is surrounded by a darkness. But his battle is just beginning when he receives salvation from an angel above. Mirai is set to go against 12 other humans in an all-out battle in which the winner is set to become the next god of the world. Mirai having an angel in his corner will help, but it won't be enough. He might just have to become a devil to survive. Now this seems like an interesting one, as it is made by the same creators as Death Note, so that already inclines me to watch. Along with it being a battle royale anime, that pushes me even further. With the cool battle going on with the gods and angels, I really wonder what will happen within this series, and looking forward to seeing the mind games that were presented in Death Note in this very anime. With Mirai's rise as a normal schoolboy to a devil, and potentially the god of a new world, I really can't wait for Platinum End. At number 6, we have Tact Ope Destiny. The musical composition formed a dwelling power within this girl. A legendary opera, a magnificent composition created in the past, a new music art imbued with the score. This beautiful, faithful tale of girls fighting with musical power in a world where music has been gone and forgotten, their journey just aiming for the delight that will lie beyond. Tact OP connects the music to tomorrow. For this anime, I'm really excited as two of the big powerhouse studios in the anime industry, Madhouse and MAPPA, are coming together to create this very anime. This already gets me excited to watch, knowing the production's about to be insane and probably go to new levels. With the plot being a fight about music, we can prepare our ears for some beautiful soundtracks and even our eyes for some stunning animation. I feel like this has the potential to be anime of the season, and depending where it goes, maybe even anime of the year. Now. At number 5, we have Worlds End Harlem. Taking place in Tokyo, Japan. The year is now 2040. Reito, a young man, seems to be suffering from an intractable disease. He has one goal, reuniting with his childhood friend, Alyssa, and decides to go into a cryo freeze. He wakes up, but it is now 5 years later, and the whole world seems to have changed. MK, the male killer virus, has seemed to kill 99.9% of men on Earth. What happened in Reito's journey, being one of the only men left within this world, surrounded by nothing but women. As for this anime, I know all of you, as well as me, are excited. I've heard about Worlds End Harem manga for quite some time, and I know the plot of this anime is pretty much borderline hentai. Yeah, you heard me. Hentai. So I don't know about you, but I hope this is an uncensored version, and I gotta say, this is definitely one I'm excited for. Seeing how crazy this anime can get and seeing how much it is able to break the internet, I really can't wait for Worlds End Harem. Finally, at number 4, we have Komi Can't Communicate. The timid young student, Tadano, is a total wallflower, and that's just the way he likes it. But this suddenly changes as Tadano finds himself alone in the classroom on the first day of high school, with none other than the legendary Komi-san. After a brief exchange, he soon realizes she isn't aloof, but just super awkward. Tadano having a new goal in his life, he vows to help Komi on her quest to make 100 friends. Now I know some of you have been waiting for this anime for ages, almost years upon years. With its 300 plus chapters, I really can't wait to see how much they are able to adapt, and being an anime only, I can't wait to see why Komi is so beloved amongst this community. Already from the trailers Studio OLM have put out, it looks like they have done an amazing job on the productions, from the visuals to the music, from everything, along with Komi's adorable interactions with the other characters. I just really can't wait for this one, and I feel like it's going to be very special and a fan favorite for a lot of people within this season. Starting off our top 3, we have the return of Mushoku Tensei, or Jobless Reincarnation. an anime what took everybody by storm and off their seat when it first arrived at the start of the year. I've been waiting for the next part for a while now. A story about a deadbeat man whose life is just going nowhere. He was reincarnated into a new world as rude as Greirat and vows to not be the same as before. Going out and trying to make a life for himself, Ruda swears he will not regret it this time. Towards the end of last season, we saw Ludus and Erdis sort of get teleported into a random part of this world, where they discovered a new ally, that being Luri Jodo. On a quest to make it back home, the three will have to go through a journey of struggle, not knowing what will come their way. They will need to rely on one another and honestly get through all these tough times. Honestly, all I can say is that when I first watched Mushoku Tensei at the start of the year, I loved every moment of it, and I really can't wait to see what will happen in this part of the season. With all the characters what will be introduced and all the things the trio will have to go through to make it back home, with Studio Bind's amazing visuals. I really can't wait to see what's in store for Mushoku Tensei this part, and I hope we are in for a good ride, and you definitely do not want to miss this one.
お前、人神という単語に聞き覚えはあるか?
他国の諜報員の線については白と言ってよろしいでしょう。
新型のレギオン、あるいはその生物兵器のキャリアである可能性は?
Now to the top 2, we have 86 Part 2. This anime honestly took me by surprise when it first came out, and I heard some hype regarding the light novel, but I really didn't expect to get an 11-episode masterpiece what told a great story from start to finish. 86 takes place in the distant future where the war against the autonomous drones known as the Legion continues against the Republic of Magnolia. Home to the silver-haired Alba race, what has just evacuated its citizens in 85 districts. But it was the 86th district, home to the so-called human filth, what are forced to battle these very drones in a war until they're very deaf. 86 is honestly just such a good story, with an amazing cast of characters who will just blow you away, and not only that, Studio A1 Pictures have adapted this light novel nearly perfectly to present such a good immersive experience and one you will never forget. From its stunning visuals to amazing soundtrack, it is just an amazing anime, and a heavy contender for Anime of the Year.
生き残るにはそこが今から選べる最良の地点です。了解だ。女王陛下。
それなりに充実した日々。それなりに楽しい毎日。でも。
Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I was making this list and got to this part, I totally forgot about this one, so I'll place it right here. At our honorable mention, we have Blue Period, what takes a second-year high school student by the name of Yatora Taguchi, who just seems to be bored with his normal life. Yatora seems to be a good student. He studies well and even plays around with his friends, but honestly, he doesn't enjoy that at all. Bound by norms, he secretly invades those who do things differently. Well, that is until he discovers something, that being the joy of drawing. Seeing the painting of a member of the art club, Yatora becomes immersed into it, and later in the art exercise, he tries to convey that language, not with words, but instead through art. Painting with this experience, Yatora's whole world opens up, and he is so invested in art that he is now able to find a thing he really wants to do in life. But that won't come easy. There are many things standing in Yatora's way, from his parents to the study of the subject being more deeper than he initially expected. What will happen to Yatora's journey as he goes down through this path of the world of art? I've heard so much about Blue Period, and it seems like it's going to be a silent hit amongst this season for me. I just love these drama shows, and this ticks all the boxes just for that. Can't wait to see what all the hype is about, and honestly can't wait to see the journey into art, as not a lot of anime do that, so this being a first for me, I have high expectations and really can't wait to watch Blue Period.
いつでも楽しいって意味じゃないよ。ブルーピリオド。
行くぜ、鬼退治。
Now for our number 1 spot, of course, it goes to Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba Season 2. I don't think there's any other anime I'm able to even put as most anticipated. The whole world by storm when Season 1 arrived in 2019, and once again when the movie dropped in 2020, Demon Slayer has become a worldwide spectacle, not just for anime fans, but for the casual audience too. It takes our main character Tanjiro Commodore on a journey to turn his demon sister back into a human she once was. Now, spoilers for the movie if you haven't somehow watched yet. The movie for Demon Slayer just opened up a whole new world into this story, introducing so many more powerful characters and leaving a hole in our hearts with the death of Rengoku. I really can't wait to see the aftermath of this and how people are able to react to the death of Rengoku, and how Tanjiro is able to develop, and what journey he even goes on next on his quest to change his demon sister Nezuko back into a human. That's all for this quick list of this fall anime season, but there's so much more I did not even include on this list. So I urge you to go check out some trailers and gather more for your watch in this fall season. Hope you all enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe as it will really help your boy out. I'll see you all next time. Sensei, out.